The cabinet has approved plans for an IDF military operation in Rafah on the Gazan border with Egypt. Prime Minister Netanyahu said that the timing of the Rafah offensive is uncertain and could be delayed somewhat by a potential ceasefire deal for the release of hostages in exchange for an extended pause in fighting. Netanyahu told CBS News that an Israeli military victory over Hamas is only weeks away once the offensive begins. Last night, the IDF presented the War Cabinet with a plan for the evacuation of Rafah civilians from potential combat zones. Some 1.3 million Gazans have taken refuge in Rafah after fleeing other areas where the IDF was operating. The area would be evacuated before the start of a planned IDF operation in Rafah. Mediation talks on a hostage deal in exchange for a pause in Gaza fighting have renewed in Qatar. The White House expressed cautious optimism as temporary ceasefire talks resumed in Doha with mediators from Egypt, Qatar, the United States, and Israel. The framework was agreed to in talks in Paris over the weekend. The talks are reportedly now focused on technical aspects, including timing and mechanism of a potential deal, including the release of hostages. According to media reports, the Paris framework provides for the release of some 40 hostages held in Gaza, including women, children, female soldiers, and elderly and ill abductees, amid a pause in fighting of some 6 weeks in a tentative first stage. It also includes the release by Israel of hundreds of Palestinian terror convicts and a redeployment of Israeli troops within Gaza, but not a complete withdrawal as Hamas had previously demanded. Defense Minister Yoav Gallant said Israel will increase its strikes on Hezbollah in response to daily attacks on northern Israel. Gallant said that even if there is a pause in fighting in Gaza, the IDF will continue pounding terrorist positions in Lebanon. Gallant said that the army plans to increase firepower against Hezbollah, which cannot find replacements for commanders killed by IDF strikes. Meanwhile, the government is now expected to extend the evacuation order for the 60,000 residents of the northern border area at least until July. The Prime Minister's office was considering that the date be pushed even further until August, raising expectations for a war against Hezbollah.
Experience the power of truth with ILTV News. If you're looking for quality content and captivating visuals, join our news community and become an integral part of our team as we embark on a mission to unveil the real Israel, dismantling the web of lies and misinformation that surround reporting on Israel. By subscribing to ILTV News, you will not only have access to the latest updates, but you will also amplify our message, creating a ripple effect that carries the truth far and wide. Subscribe today and help reshape the narrative. Available on the web, Android, and Apple.